It's going.
Hi. No, just kidding. So in the teach portion, this is probably one of the two biggest things I get are I don't have time. We all already are all filling up our 24 hours of the day that we have. So it becomes a choice of what you're going to do. I've had to get very intentional with my time since I started the Gold Academy. My goal is to be up at 5:30 every morning to do my quiet time for 30 minutes, read my Bible, do all that, and start working at 6 before my kids get up. So I've had to reprioritize that, which means I have to go to bed early. But the other complaint I get is I don't know how to teach a class. Well, who can't read in here? If you can read, you can teach a class, folks. So this is the handout we're going to be going over right now. Nature's Medicine Cabinet for your home. Honestly, you guys, I fought the TerraPad thing. I just threw away a whole lot of TerraPads or copies of them last night going through my stuff. I never liked the other TerraPads because I hated when it turned on the back. It told people how to get the power of 3. I mean, see, Angela's shaking her head. I hated that. I didn't want people to think that I was in there to earn $50, honestly. Like, I fought that system. And then Lacey kept telling me about the edge, and so, it takes me a while to come around. I have to do it on my own terms. If it's your idea, it's terrible. If it's mine, it's genius. Okay. So finally, I came around to the TerraPads, and now, you guys, if you can read, you can teach a class. Literally, the guy on the video on CD, he said one time, just by experiment, he stood in front of him and said, "What are essential?" He read it verbatim and didn't look up. And at the end of the class, he said, "So do y'all think y'all could do that?" And one guy was like, "Yeah, I can do that." Well, then let's do it. So if you can read it, you can do it. So what I love about these TerraPads is I, like Emily, and this one I'm learning is that I have taught y'all bad habits, that in turn taught bad habits, that in turn taught bad habits. My first class was like, I don't know, it was like 2.5 hours. It was ridiculous because I love it. And I wanted to tell them every bit of information that I had in here. It was my job to download it into them that night. And so then everybody was like, what? So they couldn't retain it. So this class, we sat through this class with Lacey about a week ago here. And I was just like, this is brilliant. She banged it out in an hour and she was done. Okay. And at the end, she told them everything that they really needed to know in that moment, and they were done. So I also like that it's laid out. You talk about what essential oils are, and then you talk about peppermint, and you quickly pass peppermint. You can deviate off of this. There's 4 key points: invigorates the lungs, calms stomach, head tension, cools the body, increases alert focus. Can you share something else that y'all use in your house peppermint for? Absolutely. But you don't have to. It's right here. And then you talk about why explore nature's solution versus, and I purposefully did not read a lot into this. I've taught this once already. I don't have it memorized for the simple fact that I want you to know that you can look down, because I have to look down. I don't have it memorized, and I can read this and share it. So the TerraPad is fantastic. Okay, so you've heard us say we don't sell oils. We don't sell oils. We sell memberships, and we empower. We don't enable. Don't enable people. We empower people to use their memberships, okay? And we're just going to tell them the details of why their membership is awesome, okay? The other thing people say is, I'm just not a salesman. Me neither. Me neither.
Yes, you are.
I'm not. I'm passionate about stuff I believe in. And I look back, we have a silver group on Facebook, and we were talking about people who are salesmen or who are influencers. Honestly, I do, and I'm not saying this to toot my own horn. I think I'm just an influencer. For whatever reason, people are delusional and want my opinion on things. I don't know why. I don't know any more than they do. But for whatever reason, when I did hair, it was the same way. They wanted to know what I would use on their hair. I'm thinking, I don't know, like, it's your hair, you know, but they wanted my opinion. So that's the same thing with this. They will come to you. So when you have people together, make sure you have an oil experience. Now, don't make it awkward. Don't make it like sales pitchy. But like when she said, hey, what do you do? My answer is, you know, I've gotten really involved in the natural healthcare community. I've just really become passionate about helping people and empower them to have independence in their healthcare solutions. Oh, well, okay. You know, I don't say I sell doTERRA essential oils. Hey, folks, do stop saying you're in the oil business because people don't know petro oil or essential oil, okay? I really want to be in the oil business, okay? The other oil business. But I'm in the essential oil business. So, but if somebody says to you, you know, you're casually hanging out, whatever, you're at a mommy play date, gosh, I've really been struggling with anxiety. Hey, listen, me too. Why don't you try, don't lie, but I really do struggle with anxiety. So I say, here, you know, this is, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm really depressed. Give them something to try. Give them an experience. Let them smell it. You know, so have an experience. Anytime you have a captive audience, you're having a class by accident. You know, you don't have to go into this, but just give them a little tidbit of education.
Let them put the oils on their body.
Exactly. Oh, you have a headache? Here's some peppermint oil. Let me show you how to use it. Don't assume people know where to put it, okay? Because then they will come when Emily will call you and say, Eric, her husband, rub something on his temporals. It's now in his eyes, okay? You have to educate people. Don't give them a product. That's why this job is what it is. We have to educate, okay? So be generous with your samples, okay? That's something this guy talks about on the CDs. He said, you know, he had an educator that would pass around the lids. He was so scared people would use it. Oh, my word. You know, I understand they're expensive, but if you have made the investment, I promise to you, when I owned my salon, the only thing that's required of us as a business, right, is to make a $100 purchase. I wish $100 was my bottom line, okay? That didn't even touch my water bill. So be generous. If it's not in your budget, then talk to your upline and we'll, you know, I'm not going to give you oils, but we'll work something out with you and help you. People do all kinds of things now. They have loaner kits for people to try in their home. But anyway, be generous, but be prudent. You cannot keep sampling people over and over and over. You're not a cash cow, you know, like you got to put limits on it. If somebody has taken 10 samples, then you need to evaluate where things are going wrong. You know, you're not following up. You have not made it clear that you know, don't have a frankincense, tree farm in your backyard. You know, like we got to be clear about what's going on. So be generous, be prudent. Everybody will tell you, Crystal tells people all the time that I am a sample queen. I sample like nobody's business. Here's where I've fallen short. I've sampled a whole lot. I would give you the shirt off my back, but I am terrible about follow-up. I cannot, and you won't do something different till you get tired of the results. So I'm sort of tired of the results at this point, so I'm sort of starting to follow up with people. You know, like, hey, you remember that Serenity I gave you? Did it work? It didn't work? Like, and maybe the first sample doesn't work. I mean, the biggest thing that I can like it to is with women, and you have to get comfortable talking about all kinds of body parts, functions, you know, bathroom habits. You know, I know more about people than I really care to know, but I know who's constipated and who's not, you know, like, but, hang on, where was I going with that? Cut her off. Can you tell I'm ADD? We have oil for that. I just forgot to use it this morning. Following up. So if it doesn't work, like if they say, you know what, it didn't work, then you got to start asking forward focused questions.
The smell. That's what you're talking about.
What?
The smell. Right? Of oil.
No.
You were going to talk about the smell, like if you were offended by it. Is that what you were going to say?
No.
Okay, well, I thought that's where you were going. Go ahead.
Follow up, I said it compared to birth control, okay? If the sample did not work, this is what I say. You know what? Oils are medicine. They are just like when women go to the gynecologist and get birth control. Sometimes it takes a couple to find out what's wrong with your body. People want us to fix headaches with peppermint oil, but really they're having a hormonal headache. We've got to ask forward focused questions. So if their oil sample didn't work, we got to follow up. And we have to ask forward focused questions. Well, how often did you use it? Somebody posted in our group last night. They were having trouble with headaches and that they were not being successful. And I said, well, how often did you apply it? I don't know, every few hours. Well, let's start there. You need to try it when you're in a chronic situation, probably every 15 minutes until you get relief. This is not time-release medicine that's going to stay in your body for 12 hours and it's going to go in and out and do its job. So you got to ask questions and follow up, okay? So let's talk about inviting people to your classes. And this is where a lot of us have gone wrong. We just put a blast on Facebook and it's like we just throw it to the wind and see who's going to come. Okay, we've got to be more intentional. So there are a few tools that doTERRA has given us recently, of which I fault. I'm telling you, if it's their idea, it's terrible. If it's mine, it's great. Okay. So what we've got to start doing, you guys, is there's that thing called the class in the box. Okay. I don't love the video. I'll be real honest. I think this TerraPad is the way to go, but I love the stuff that comes in it, and there's really no other way to get it than class in the box. But then,
right behind you,
yep, you have this CD that's going to basically educate you on the oils anyway. So keep it. You got a builder. You give them out. I mean, just let them have it. You're not going to need these. But what it does include is this really, honestly, I love their marketing. From a company, when I worked for Paul Mitchell, I'm all about marketing and the appeal. I love their marketing. I think they're spot on with it. This little thing says you're invited to an Essential Oils one-on-one class. Using essential oils can be a safe, natural option to protect and maintain your family's health. doTERRA offers a large selection of natural wellness products for customizable. Who doesn't need to customize their health care? And beauty routine, because they don't know what all we sell. And then it has you to fill out the date and the location, okay? So then this is where you can tell them, listen, if you're going to come to this class, you've got to create value. I don't know if some of y'all have ever noticed that I'll put stuff in the Oily Life of, I'm running a promotion and I have one spot. Guess what? I have 30. But I don't want them to make it, I want them to feel special. I want there to be value in the situation. So if I give you this voucher, you are going to be entitled, if you come to the class, it comes with 10 of these.
Yeah, 10.
10 it comes with a lot of stuff, but I'm just going to talk about these. It's going to come with this beautiful magazine that tells them, honestly, this is my favorite issue yet, talking about the situation in Haiti. I mean, I just buy Vetiver just because I just love what we do in Haiti. But it talks about why we're different. So they get a magazine. They come with these beautiful little punch-out tarot cards. And then
the whole set's right there. Wild orange.
Yep, and then you would get a wild orange. So if you come to this class, bring your voucher. You're going to get a free magazine and a free wild orange oil. That creates some urgency with them, okay? So, and it's personal, like Leila said. Call them, invite them. Don't just put a blast on Facebook and hope that some folks show up, because they will for a while. But then there's going to be a point where, guess what? They don't. So we've got to be intentional about the way we invite people to classes. It comes with some other stuff. These things, honestly, I don't love these. If you like them, great. I just don't.
The membership overview takes over the
yeah,
living
the stuff
section.
that we're showing you today replaces all the live, share, build, or whatever. It's just a very simple format. So get their number. Text them, call them the day before the class, remind them, hey, I just want to make sure, you know, I'm not saying lie, but I'm saying, like, create some urgency. We only have space for X number of people. I've got more people that want to come. I just want to make sure you're coming, okay? But be personal. People, it feels personal. Don't rely on Facebook. I already told you that. Okay, so what do you need to teach a class? You need a tear pad, guys. These are the best money you will ever spend. And guess what? When you start making money, you need to spend money, because if not, Uncle Sam will take it all, okay? So you get 50 of these for $9.95. So you need the Nature's Medicine or cabinet. You're going to want the kit things. I also love this because there's nothing about the business on these. It's just the kits. You're going to want, and this is something new, but I totally see the value, and mine looks different than yours. It's the old one, but I love this one. I won't let it go. You need to take books, okay? Now, here's the deal. I am out of the book business. I am not selling books anymore. Honestly, I don't have time to meet you. I love you, but I am enabling you if I do everything for you. Guess what? They sell them on Amazon. Or if you want to get in a group order, great. You can do that. I just cannot be in the book business anymore. So this is what I'm saying to my people. There's an app. If you're not aware of the app, it's awesome. I'm not going to pull it up. Modern Essentials. It's great when people ask me stuff via text. I can screenshot it, send it to them. I think about 5 to 6 books, depending on if you're going to stay in the 10 people range, is the amount of books you would probably need. So get in on a bulk order. Don't order them on Amazon. But you got to have books, and we're going to talk about why. The other thing is you have to have oils. So when I promoted to silver, maybe, I can't remember when I got this. When you get promotions, Trinity will tell you, last month, Homegirl got some stuff.
Oh, you can just tell you what I got.
Yes.
All right, so I got a $50 gift card for promoting to silver, which is pretty cool. I didn't get that, whatever, from Premier. What are you talking
It's
about?
probably still coming.
Yeah.
It's from
Premier.
Tanya.
Premier was like 3 months ago.
Well, we didn't expect you to
I'm
like
just
it. That was
I'm
part
just
of it.
Anyway, so I got that. I got a bottle of Purify for time for the most enrollments. I got a book. I got a lotion. I got a notepad. And then I won. You could like get these points or whatever for teaching classes and enrollments and stuff. So I won a whole family physician kit, which is so cool because like I've wanted one for my classes, but I'm still trying to buy every oil because like I've got to have every one. So I didn't want to spend $125 on a family physician kit when I still don't have every oil. So I was like, sweet. And so I took it to my class on Tuesday, and it's just so neat because you stand them up, and everybody just thought it was so cute. And it is cute.
Yeah. So when you promote, I did a challenge last year when I was trying to hit silver, and so.
Oh, I'm not done.
Oh, sorry.
Just
used to going.
I'm sorry. I also won a bottle of Slim and Sassy from Melissa Morgner, which is above Tanya in Montana, and I won a Immortal roller because I enrolled more than 10. Y'all, I won like $400 of free stuff.
I mean, honestly,
Nothing.
Our uplines are so generous.
Yes.
And that's because, honestly, they have to buy stuff to write off on their taxes. I mean, that's just no joke. But they are so generous when you have promotions. I mean, it's like Christmas every day in your mailbox. So you need oils to take to your class. So now I used to take my whole kit of oils to class, and just in the last couple of weeks I've stopped because, honestly, I would forget to round them up all over the house and I wouldn't have what I would need. So I just have this. So all of you enrolled at some point, keep those bottles.
That's the family
Don't
physician
throw,
kit, if you don't know.
this is an old one, but it doesn't look like this anymore. But keep your bottles. That way you don't have to you can have 2 separate things, you know? And now I just take that box to my class because people are going to ask questions about other oils. So you need oils, but you don't have to have every oil. If you really just have the family physician kit, those are the ones you're going to talk about in your class anyway, so you're good to go. Let's see. All right, here is a lesson that we have learned the hard way. And it really kind of came out recently that we saw that we had not duplicated well. If you love PowerPoint, great. That's
I'm just
great.
gonna go ahead
for
and
you.
admit that's me. I'm so sorry being this late, y'all. I just like to look professional.
See, and I'm not one of those people that's easily influenced. If she wanted to use PowerPoint, that was great, but I suck at computers,
Me.
okay? So I was never, Angela Moran, like God bless her, if she didn't do things, like she made me this little winning thing, I wouldn't, if it requires me typing it up, hang it up. Like it took me all day yesterday just about to type this
you
much.
told me you weren't going to.
But what it communicates to your team if you're using PowerPoint is, especially people who are really, financially strapped. I don't have a computer. I don't have a projector. I don't have this. I don't have that. I can't do that. This enables them and empowers them to say, oh, I can totally do that. Like literally we sat at this class with Lacey last week and we're like, we got that. We can do that. We can even do that better. So you want to communicate your team simple. Guys, we need to be teaching one class. Do you hear me? One class. This is the class you need to be teaching. Okay? If you feel really passionate about something, then maybe we can investigate that. This is Lacey's office now. She has an office upstairs. So we can use this facility free anytime now. We're going to be doing monthly classes here on topics, okay? We don't want you to be experts on everything. We want you to be experts on one thing, and this is it, okay? I was shocked to hear you don't really hear Facebook, you read it. But Tanya posted that she actually does not do make and takes. She said, I don't have time for that.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Overwhelming.
If you love doing make and takes, that's awesome. Do it if you want to do it. I don't love it. Like it overwhelms me to no end to even sit down and order the stuff to do a make and take, much less round up all the stuff, okay? So don't feel like you have to do it. But if you want to, but that's not how you're going to build your business, okay? But that shocked me, honestly, because I grew up in a culture in this that people did make and takes and did lots of them. But we want to convey to people that they can duplicate. You're going to hear that word, duplicate, and duplicable. We've got to be duplicable. Okay, so why take the investment in books, okay? Because it is an investment. You're at least looking at $20 a pop. So if you only have one or two, just start building a collection. Don't feel like we've got to go out and spend $1,000 on things. But what people learn, the statistics are there with the Edge guys. They talk about it. If people are looking up in the books, they're more apt to buy stuff, and they feel empowered to go home then, because in this class, you're going to teach them briefly how to use this, okay? You can't do it for them. You've just got to teach them. This is where I went wrong. People call me all day, every day, asking what to use. Look it up in your book. Like, I have the same book you have, If their oils are the products, the book is the expert, okay? This is the expert. If you don't know much, it's okay. It's okay to say, I don't know, let's look it up. I don't know everything. I truly don't. If you invite somebody and they don't show up to a class, because how often does that happen? You invite 20, 10 show up. Reach out to the 10 that didn't show up and say, hey, don't make them feel guilty. Life happened. Hey, would you want to host a class with your contacts? Great. Ask, don't pound people to death, but you have to follow up. You cannot assume that people are going to always come to you. Engage with your class. Be relatable. And I find that I relate to people and you kind of have to be in your class. If you've got, if you ask people in the very beginning, this is where I kind of can see where I need to go with things. I'm going to ask you guys a question. Who is, where do you stand with modern medicine versus natural medicine? And go around the room. Modern medicine has a purpose. We need to be grateful for it. But oils are not the end all to be all. Last night, we had a kid with a fever, and apparently I couldn't wake up. I don't really knew this happened. But my husband decided, because he was just didn't know what to do. I haven't educated him well in every area, but we don't have a lot of fevers, so he did not know what to do. He got some ibuprofen out of our cabinet. Well, it had never been opened and it expired last summer. Like, we used to be the family that bought 2 bottles a week, you know, but there's still a place for it, and that's okay. Don't make people feel like they have to cure the world's illnesses with oils. Don't do that. Angela is a great person. She said this the other day in a class, and she said, you know, I am happy. She has struggles with, is it migraines, right? She said, I still take 2 ibuprofen, but I used to take all these. I'm happy to take just 2, you know, like, she's got what works for her. So be approachable. So I have some crunchy hippie ways, you know. If I go around a room and they say, you know, nah, I'm just skeptical, I'm not going to throw all my hippie ways at them. You know, I'm not going to be total crunchy. You know, I got to meet them. I have to meet people where they are. So be relatable. Tell people why you're giving the class. Declare your purpose. I am here to educate you and empower you to educate yourself and be more free in your healthcare decisions, okay? You got to know your why. What is my why? My why is that is my why. Empower people to make their own choices in their healthcare. You need to have a powerful story. If you're new to oils, that's going to come later. For us, it came very fast, getting my daughter off of allergy medicine. Share your story. Now, I love this in the CD. They talk about it. He said he has people get up and they're introducing him. He's going to teach the class, and they say, I just want to tell you why I believe in doTERRA. And then they fall apart because it's so powerful. You know, if that's your story and it's really personal, you might want to save that to the end, because then they can hear a little more about oils and realize why it's so powerful in your life. We want to have a strong invitation. I have for so long been like, all right, here's the information. It's yours to do whatever you want. That's not we cannot do that, okay? So, and we're going to talk about that with the class. So, in a class, you're going to get there. I don't take a lot of crap anymore. I take very minimal stuff. Books, I'm going to take TerraPads, enrollment kits, a diffuser. That's it. Like, I'm not going to take a ton of stuff because it is overwhelming. And that's what the membership overview that we're going to talk about is for, okay? So we go over the TerraPads. I'm not going to teach you how to teach this class, because guess what? You can read. You're going to go over it. Read it. If you don't know how, if you really want to see somebody, edgesuccess.com, right, has a video. We have the verbiage that they use. We can post that, but I'm not going to. Yeah, there's a script. You don't need it. Just read it. It's hokey. Like, be real. Like, just use your words. But this is where the genius part of this class happens, is on the back. People don't know we sell anything other than oils a lot of times. And oddly enough, our #1 selling product isn't even oil. It's the supplements, the Lifelong Vitality Pack. So briefly, it'll take you can explain what's Slim and Sassy. You can talk about On Guard and what On Guard is. On the front, it goes through peppermint, lavender, frankincense, melaleuca. You're going to talk about how to use aromatically. What's a great one to use aromatically? Breathe. Topically, Deep Blue, duh. Internally, lemon, duh. Like, this is like so simple. I mean, I was just like, we sat here the other night and I was like, where has this information been? And Lacey's like, girl, I've been trying to tell you for 6 months, you know, but it just was not my idea. So I didn't think it was great. So you'll go through that. Okay, I do think maybe you might need to throw in oregano in here. They don't go over it because, let's be honest, we need to teach people not to slather themselves in oregano. My stepdad did that recently and it didn't turn out so good. His MRSA is gone, but his skin flaked off. And if you give people samples, like I mistakenly did not tell my mom, I guess, yeah, I posted that on Facebook. My mom calls, they think they have a spider bite. He says, oh, my mom says, we used the oregano in that Frankenstein. What? Frankincense? Oh, okay. But we got to educate. So if you give people samples, tell them how to use it, okay? Anyway, we're going to go through the product. I love that the blurb is in here. The LLV comes with a 30-day money back guarantee. What happened over here?
I should have cooked you off the floor. They're like freaking out.
Oh.
I got some oil.
She got some oil? Now, this is where I think the genius thing is. Okay, so here's the book section. This is what Lacey did, and I loved it. She said, all right, take out your books. And we were in a class this right. She said, look up a health concern, and then we'll talk about it. She showed them where to look it up in the book, how to get their answer, but then empowered them to do it on their own. She made them do it on their own. And then we went around the class, and somebody suggested talked about their thing. Somebody talked about this thing. You had a good idea of things to look up, I thought. What was it? Anyway, just teach them how to use the book. If not, you're going to know you duplicated terrible because your phone's going to ring constantly with people wanting you to look up in the book. They have their own book. Use it. Then here's the other genius. This is the genius. I mean, I'm telling you, the back to me is just genius. So I did my first one-on-one last Sunday. How long did it take me to do a one-on-one? Which is fine. I just don't have the freedom in my schedule a lot of times to do that. But I had an old client who said that I did her hair. She said, listen, I'm having some health issues. I know you know a little about essential oils. Will you meet me? Yes. Yeah, I'd be glad to. So I trial run her. I used this. We went over this. So my one-on-one resulted in a little bit of she brought a friend. Even better. It was 600 PV at order. It wasn't, I suck at closing. But it was the first time I'd used this, and it was like after I went through it all, she was like, cool, sign me up. Let's, I gave her the information, and the decision was hers to make. I love it because you don't have to go over what an LRP is. So after you've done it, after you've taught the class, so you've gotten to here, gotten to this little thing, then you can say, are you open to using the products? They'll say yes or no. If they say, nah, I don't really know, don't badger them. We have this motto with Paul Mitchell, some will, some won't, so what, who's next? Like, we have the cookie. We have the cookie. I don't want to make you eat my cookie. I want people who want to eat my cookies with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can, what is the other thing? I love sayings, if y'all notice. You can lead a horse to water, you can't make them drink, but you can salt the oats. Like, this is where we salt the oats and make them want it, okay? So, the next question would be, so you want to use a great product? Great. Do you think you'd rather buy them retail or wholesale? I would love to pay 25% more than I have to, and you guys, if you have oils in your house, like I have a ridiculous amount of oils, I will sell them, but it's not in your best interest to sell them. Like, if somebody's in a pinch, I ran out of lavender, they don't want to pay $8.99 in shipping to buy $21, cool, I'll help you out. But you're not a storefront. You're never going to get anywhere doing that. So you've asked them, do you want to buy wholesale or retail? Wholesale. Perfect. Did you think you want to buy a $35 membership, or would you rather buy a kit? Oh, wait, here's kits. It's here. They can read it. They can decide what's in their budget. There's 3 things. They can decide what's in their budget. And the information is there for them to pick a kit. So you can explain, the $35 membership is like a Costco card, but the kit is going to be a bundled product. You're going to get a bundled price. Your enrollment's free. Okay? You don't have to explain everything to them at that point. Okay? The membership overview is going to take so much work out for us. I love that. But you can explain with them, okay, at retail, you're just gonna, or at retail, you just pay retail. With the wholesale discount, you're just gonna receive 20%, 5% off. The other question is, and I love this, the most intelligent way to buy a product is on an LRP. Who doesn't want to be intelligent? I want to make intelligent decisions. So empower them to make that decision. Great, you would like to purchase it the most intelligent way. That's through our loyalty rewards. And explain to them they'll get 25% off. It'll be 10 to 30% back in free product credits. They could receive an income if they wanted to receive free products of the month. You'll get your shipping back and free product credits. They can read that on their own. They don't really need you to read it. Most people can read. But everything, honestly, I don't think you have to get into this spiel about LRP. It's right here, and they can read it. And then the decision is theirs, okay? So, something I'm realizing a lot of people didn't know, because honestly, I thought in the beginning that 125 or 150 whatever dollars for the family physician kit was probably out of most people's budgets. Don't close people's wallets for them, okay?
Right.
It shocks me. The first class we had, you would have thought we were handing out free home essential kits. We sold like 6 or 8 that night. It was crazy. But if they have the information, they can look. But if somebody is very interested, do you know there's fast track kits that they get free points with? Who knew about fast track kits? Okay. Fast track kits are amazing. Coupled with the New Year promotion, they are even more amazing, okay? Fast track kits are on the back. There's a couple of them. So the
Natural Solutions is on the front.
Natural Solutions, is on the front. So in this green little bubble, it tells you that after their first LRP, they get 100 points in their account. So if they did the Natural Solutions with New Year, New You, they're obligated through that promotion to do an LRP to qualify. So after it, they get 200 points.
They buy the kit, place 100 LRP the next month, and then they get 200 in free.
They've spent $550, but they get 200 back. I mean, it's pretty genius. Don't assume people don't want this. We sold one of these as a Christmas gift to somebody that didn't even know they wanted oil from. I don't know how that worked out, but they got every oil kit and never had used one. So don't assume what's in your budget is not other people's budgets. Don't close their wallets. So you can just briefly go over. I tell people now, honestly, looking back, I would have bought the diamond kit.
I said the same thing. Well, not diamond, but I do.
Well, I would, because I bought it all at this point, but I didn't know then. But seriously, I always encourage people to buy the home essential kits because it's a much better value for their money. It comes with a diffuser. What's the first thing people want? A diffuser. So it's like a no-brainer in my opinion. And then you can ask people, okay, so here's the other thing, guys, that I think we have inadvertently taught people, and it puts too much pressure on you. You don't have to have a computer and sign people up that night at the class. I don't have a laptop because we have an iPad, and I just didn't need one. So I have gotten to where, and I'm going to tell you why I actually think this is a much better idea. There's enrollment forms.
What's a better idea?
Enrollment forms.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the class. Versus the computer?
Yes. Honestly, how many times have you tried to enroll somebody and don't even think that it's the 31st of the month and you're going to enroll somebody, because what do you see? And you're like, it doesn't look really good for things to be glitchy in front of people, like it's kind of embarrassing. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes cards get declined, and it's really embarrassing for the person and for you. It's uncomfortable. So I've gotten to where I just do this, and if things get glitchy, I don't have to ask them their information 12 times. I just have it.
They've got to add a couple things on that are not on the sheet.
Right, like add-on items.
No, like they have to write down what they want their password to be.
Right.
And then they've got to write down what county they're in and if they're inside or outside.
Right.
That they always
Yeah.
ask you that,
Yep.
and it's not on the form.
Right, I agree with that. Did y'all catch that? That you're gonna have to get a password? Hey, guess what? I make people's passwords up for them. It's doTERRA. They can change it, absolutely. It's not the end all, the be all. Because then when they call and say they don't know their password, I say, chances are it's doTERRA. If y'all wanna hack my account, guess what? My password is doTERRA. Lacey gave that to me 2 years ago. The other thing is if we run into an issue, and guys, they've upgraded the software to catch credit card fraud. I don't know if y'all caught that. People are stealing people's credit cards and ordering lots of product where before it can be caught, they've got the product. My thought is they're probably selling family physician kits on Amazon for cheap because they didn't pay for them in the first place. But if, for whatever reason, their card gets declined, I have their information to call customer service and make sure it's not an issue of, like I remember this with Carrie when I enrolled her billing address and her shipping address were there was something off.
Yeah,
it was totally legit, but it kept kicking it out. I could have called customer service on my own time and sorted that out instead of looking like an idiot in front of the customer, okay? If you get to a place, here's the thing, the other thing that I get tons of, people don't want to give me my social security number, okay? I personally never had that problem, and I'll tell you why. Because before I even ask, this is what I say. You are opening a wholesale account. In theory, you could buy oil and turn around and sell it for a profit. Nobody does that, but here's the but that takes it all away. By law, then it's taking it off, the burden off me, it's taking it off of doTERRA. By law, you are required, because you have a wholesale account, to provide your social security number to the IRS. doTERRA will actually not have access to anything. All they know is the last 4 digits of your social security number. So I don't have problems with that, because I think the burden has gotten shifted off of, so tell me again, why to buy oils I need a social security number? Like, this isn't a controlled substance, you know, but that's why. You have to explain people. Don't assume they know why. You know, when I did hair, I had to have a tax ID number for when I bought stuff at wholesale. It's the law. If they don't want to give it, tell them to call customer service and put their own order in. They can do that. I always assure them that I dispose of these. I shred them with their information. Although my computer always asks me, do you want to store the social security number? Yes. I'm kidding. So that's not a problem. So that would be teaching a class. I'm not going to teach you guys how to teach this class. I think you're very self-sufficient in that area. Just read it. Go from here to here, here to here, here to here. And then you can customize it, put your own personal story, your own experiences in it, but we don't need to reinvent the wheel. If you don't teach your team that they can duplicate this, they will never teach their own classes, and they will want you to teach them for them forever. And I had a team that's what they thought that I would do. And honestly, I made the mistake. I said, it's cool, I'll teach all your classes for you. That was great when there was like 2 of them. You know, now there's 70 people on that team. I can't teach them. I can't teach all your classes. So we have to be duplicable in everything we do. So I know some of you guys like PowerPoint. Please stop using it. I'm just asking you to stop using it, because I think it communicates to people that they cannot do that. Because I don't really ever care about what people think. When Leela started doing that, I was like, great, cool, you do it. I'm not doing it. But there's some people that would be a huge, huge stumbling block for them. So to recap, what do we need to have classes? We need this TerraPad, Edge Success, $9.95. You guys keep your receipts. This is tax deductible. Your monthly order is tax deductible. You will pay taxes. Okay, this is a business, so be prepared. Have membership kit options, the sheet. I would highly suggest either, if you do a class in the box, I don't know how many of these there are, but some of them are in here. You can order another one from Edge Success.
You can order those from doTERRA too.
Yep, so if you're an order, there's a few places to get these. Have books and have oils. That's it.
The Modern Essentials books?
Yep, that's it.
For everybody?
Where were you? I just talked about this. I'm
Well,
just kidding.
well, whenever you said books, I thought you were talking about that, but
Yeah,
I'm not gonna load 10 books. to
No.
it.
It's on our way.
So you only want to take, I'm going to take 5. That's my, that's where I'm comfortable is 5. That means I'm not going to have more than 10 people at a class usually. And if I do, I've got another wellness advocate there. They can bring theirs, but that would give 2 people a book to share. The proof is in the pudding that people are looking in the book, they're more apt to buy, and you taught them how to use your book. So that is it. Any questions about teaching, the teach segment?
Do you recommend you keep going back to the Modern Essentials book?
Mm-hmm.
For those of us that can't, jump right in and buy 5, 10 of those books right
Yep.
away, do you recommend the little ones, the ones?
I would say at least make the investment of 1 to 2 big ones, because the little ones, they're not going to have those, and they're not going to, if you teach them, here's the thing, is if you teach them how to use the book, it's really going to just take the work out for you